Hello YouTubers again, Lovis Scout 1. Playing through these videos now. I said on my return video that I'd show you this knife, which is this is probably one of the knives that I've had the longest, but I have had a new sheath made for it a few years ago, and it's a nessmuck. I know quite a lot of you like the nessmuck style knife, and this is the one I just sort of, I don't use it all that often really, but I really like it. Put a monkey's fist on there just to give me a bit of something to hold on to. It's got, I think that's water buffalo horn, but I stand to be corrected. Scales, nice little knife, keeps a very good edge. Stainless blade, but it's a bit pitted now and a bit used, but really nice thing. Nice. I do like this, and some knives that I've seen who have these red spacers on, really striking. I really like it. Anyway, I digress. Bought this off a guy off eBay, and as some of you know, I am a big fan of angling, but I'm also a big fan of hobo angling, or guerrilla angling, shall we call it. And it's a hobo handline, piece of machine timber with a cork in the end, and you know, you just stick yourself a couple of little Vibrax lures in the end, and you know, you can get yourself a feed, which I really like the idea of. I took it on holiday to Greece, and just me and the little man just went for a walk while his mummy was sunbathing and talking, and it's got spider wire on it, which I didn't know. I thought it was just thick line, but it's spider wire, and we just pulled a couple of little well, I think they were bass, but they were only very small, so put them back. But yeah, I like it. Not so expensive, you know, less than a tenner, I think. I look forward to getting that out, you know, when we've done stalking, or one of our stalking sporting areas does have a nice lake on it, so, and it's got a nice chalk stream running into it, so chances are, if we get permission, we might be able to go and have a bit of a go for some trout or something like that. I've got a little plastic box somewhere. I can't just lay my hands on it. There we go, with some spinners in and some weights and a few lures and a few flies, and one thing we're going to put a ranger band around it because I keep losing stuff, so give that a whirl as well, and see what happens. I did pick this up as well at a pound shop. It's a crab line. I don't know if you've been crab fishing. It's a long time since I have been crab fishing. Did it off a pier in Scarborough quite a few years ago, but I really enjoyed it. And for a pound, I thought, yep, that's the very fellow. I'm going to have one of those. Few ragworms on it. So I've put that in the old Pathfinder sack, and we'll see how we go on. This is something that my wife bought me for my wedding anniversary. It's a Lois orford pouch. I wanted a decent sized pouch to take with me when I go stalking. I wanted something that would hold some bullets and gralloch and git, rubber gloves and sleeves and stuff, as you've probably seen in other videos. And this is the large one that the orfords make. And I've seen some really nice pouches. I've seen some really dire ones, but this is really a nice thing. It's been used quite a lot, and I've found that I've just kept it in my stalking bag and kept it close to hand really, and it's got all the stuff in there. I won't bore you with contents, you know, we've got whistles and lights and stuff like that. One thing I did want to talk about, and I know a lot of you use it, and a lot of you are fans of gaffer tape or frog tape or gorilla tape. Just on a point of being seen, or you know, should you need to, this is called Jaffa tape, as in Jaffa orange. It comes in big rolls, like you know, like gaffer tape does, or you can get it in these small rolls. Jaffa tape, that's what it's called. And I think at my local security place where I buy my locks and padlocks and stuff for, I think this is about £1.10 a roll. Jaffa tape, there you go. And if you poke the inside out, poke the cardboard out on the inside, I suppose you could use that as kindling as well. Then you can get it to squeeze flat. Now I've got 2 rolls in my bug out bag and a big roll in my stalking sack, but this you can use for everything. I've just seen a video of Dave Canterbury making a fireway with this. You know, you strip it down into really fine little strips, and it will catch it. It will take a spark. You know, if you put your fire steel or your ferrocium rod at the side of it, it will take a spark. So you can get a fire going out of it. But on the aspect of safety, if you've got a dark tarp, you know, you could write help, you know, bright orange letters, you know, and have that on the floor. So, but you know, so I did want to talk about the pouch. I don't know how the sort of. I know Ben and Lois make some really good gear, and I don't really know a great deal about him, so I can't comment. He's done a few little side jobs for me, some sharpening and some leather work, and he seems a really great guy. I've not heard anybody that's got a bad word from him, and you know, I wouldn't say anything against him, because you know, he's always been perfectly great with me, and you know, you got to speak as you find. So I suppose, you know, you can't please everybody all the time, but you know, check his site out. I think it's benorford.co.uk. I think he has a thing called the Craft Lab where he makes all these knives, and he looks a really talented guy. He's got some good videos on YouTube, etc., about his you know, knife making and prang making, and I'd really like to get to know him. I'd really like to, you know, sort of sit down and have a chat with him. But really love the pouch. I think these are about 70 quid, but I mean, this was a gift from my wife for our wedding anniversary, so you know, it's a bit special, and it's got a special place, you know, in my heart, because you know, she bought it for me. So and I didn't expect it, but it's a really beautiful thing. It's well made, you know, good linen thread, you know, all the edges are sealed and seamed and welted, good brass fittings, you know, denoting its sort of Scandinavian heritage again. But yeah, beautiful thing. There was just one other thing I wanted to show you, and I just cannot lay my hands on it. Oh, there we go. Well, 2 things actually. These from Hermione Haynes, which is a Nalgene large wide mouth bottle lid, which takes it down to a small, you know, which is easy for pouring and easy to drink out of. Actually, they're not very expensive. I think they're about 9 quid. I know on top of an Nalgene, it's a chunk of money, but well worth having. And another thing, especially for shooters and stalkers that are following me, these maxpedition, I haven't used a lot of their gear, but I'm getting into it. The maxpedition gear I really like. This is called a tactical tin case. Now I bought it because it's small, and I have a 1-inch belt which I had made out of an old bridle, which I used to hold my hunting pants up with. But that just takes a couple of pairs of gloves, a small pack of wipes, and a couple of the plastic sleeves that I showed you before, and it weighs absolutely nothing when it's on the belt. But if you're a rifle shooter, if you're an air gun shooter, that's padded inside. There's an elastic strap inside which you could put some rounds in. The only downside to it is if you don't have the maxpedition belt loops which go through there like that, so you can orienteer it like that way on your belt. It sort of sits that way, so if you open it, the contents do fall into your hand. But I found when I've been stalking, especially when I've been out fox shooting, I've put a dozen or so 223 rounds in there, half a dozen there and half a dozen loose, and had it orienteered that way, so when I open the zip they just fall into my hand. Or I've kept a spare loaded mag in there, which is really good, and I think they're about 14 quid. You can get them cheaper if you hunt about, but well worth having. I did say in my other video that I would show you these wood items. I know a lot of you are into, you're making your kuksas and one thing or another, or kuksas as I think it's called. That is a really nice thing. My mum and dad brought it me back from Norway. It's got, I think that's the maker's name on the back. It's been pyrographed in with a soldering iron, I've looked at a few Swedish hunting books and I can't really find anything about it, and I think it's a traditional either Norse or Viking sort of food pot or cup. But this, you know, as soon as you put that in the hand, that's what it sort of lends it to, and you know, sort of drinking like that. It has a piece of, now my dad was told that that's reindeer antler, and I've no need to doubt it, but I think what I might do is I might just give that a, because it stands proud and there's some glue on it, and I think they've probably been made for the tourist trade, but it's a nice thing, it's usable, and it's very tactile. I just give it a very light going over with a very fine nylon scour, and then just put some olive oil on it. But really nice thing, really tactile. I've dropped one of my spoons somewhere. I bought these on holiday. There was a lady at the side of the road, well, in a little shop, a very bohemian little place, making these spoons, and they were €1 a piece. Well, you can't set two and make them for less than £1 in the UK. So bought a couple of them. They'll be alright for stirring the tea and eating pot noodles, which I eat quite a lot of. I've found as well pot noodles are nice sprinkled on food. No, I'm joking. But this kuksa, I do have a kuksa, and it's here in my backpack, which I can just lay my hands on. That's the one I've had a long time. You can see it's a bit battered and worn, but you know, that I've had a long time, but it stays in my backpack. But this one was bought in a Viking museum, and it's been turned on a lathe, I think, but it's a nice thing. I don't know what you can say about a wooden cup. Very tactile in the hand, very warm. Again, went over it with just a fine nylon scourer and just put some olive oil on it, but nice thing, really nice thing. I really like it. So guys, thank you very much again for your indulgence. Please, any problems, get in touch with me, like, subscribe or comment, and I've got some more videos coming up. So I'm going to do one about the Survivor shotgun, and I'm going to go ahead with that. So it's still hoeing down here in West Yorkshire, really bad. I can hear the rain, and I live quite next to near the 62 corridor, and I can hear the rain coming down. So it looks like we're going to have another night in. So right guys, thanks very much for your indulgence today. You all try and keep safe, and I'll see you in the woods sometime. Alright, cheers, bye bye.